BootCamp lesson number 3. So in this video we're gonna learn how to write all the Tibetan letters, headed letters, U-Chen, with the help of an iPhone app. So on my PC I'm running this application called Air Server, and I'm gonna click settings and then click the show QR code. And then on my iPhone I have the client version of this application. It's called Connect, and I'll try to scan that QR code, and once the scan is successful, you'll hear that sound. And then I'll click AirPlay on my iPhone and then select the host name or the computer ID that's on the iPhone, and then enable mirroring. And once that's done, whatever you have on your iPhone, it should display on your PC. So make sure this is the computer name, whatever your computer name is, and then make sure you enabled mirroring. And once you do that, then you should see whatever you see on your iPhone on your desktop. Okay, so now I'm gonna launch this application. So at the bottom I have a group called Tibetan. At the phone, the mail, camera, and then all the way to the right bottom. So I'm gonna click that, and then I'm gonna select Tibetan alphabet, this one. So this one shows okay, so I'm gonna go from here: ka, 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 nga, cha, 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 nya, ta, 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 na, pa, 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 ma. And then I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, and then is za, cha, za, wa, sha, sa, ya, ra, la, sha, sa, and then ha and ah. And if I scroll down a little bit, it says about, so I'm going to click about. So this application is created by Tenzin Diki Sinjitsang and Tanam Bemba, art by Purbu Dolma. Okay, now I'm going to pronounce like the Tibetan way. So it's created by Tenzin Diki Sinjitsang and Tanam Bemba, and art by Purbu Dolma. Okay, oh yeah. Now if I go back, so I'm gonna, okay, so now I'm gonna press on the first letter. So I'm gonna press on the first letter, and then I'm gonna click play at the bottom right corner.
Ka.
And it shows how it's pronounced.
Ka. Ka.
And then at the top here, it shows all the steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, and then step 4, right? And then in here you can trace it. So this is really neat. So I mean, literally you can trace it, so it shows how long and all that stuff. So it can't get easier than this. So I'm gonna trace it. So step 1, and then the step 2 is this guy right here, and then the step 3 is this guy right here, and then the step 4 all the way down, right? So that's the first letter.
Ka.
If you don't like it, then you can erase it and then start all over. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then the more you practice, the better you get, right? Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this is the first letter, right? And it's pronounced like K, A, right? Ka. And in Hindi or in Sanskrit, you can say the first letter is ka, right? Okay, let me try one more time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, so the first letter is jik, ni, sum, shi.
Ka.
Okay, now the next letter is
Ka. Ka. Ka.
So this is what? K, H, A, right?
Ka. Ka. Ka.
Alright, and then now you're gonna trace it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You don't like it? Erase. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that looks acceptable. And then
ka, ka, ka.
right? And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, the letter ka is this guy, right? So that's ka.
Ka,
Okay. Then the next letter is ka, and at the top here again, you see all the steps, right? Step 1, step 2, and then step 3, and then step 4, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, right? So this is
ka, ka, ka,
so this is what? G A, right?
ka, ka,
This is not g, but rather ka,
ka, ka, ka.
right? And this would be in Hindi or in Sanskrit. This would be
Ka, ka, ka.
right? Okay, so that's G and A, right? G A. So if you try it again, you can go like, oops, it's like this, and then that. So that's G, right?
Ka,
Now the next is
nga, nga, nga.
and step 1, and then 2, right?
Nga, nga, nga.
Right. So that's Ng. So that's N G, right?
Nga,
Ng,
nga.
right? And in Sanskrit or in Hindi, it goes like this. And there's a dot somewhere here. Okay, let me try it again. 1, 2, right there. So that's
Nga, nga, nga.
okay. And then the next letter is
Ja, ja, ja. Ja, ja, ja.
right. So that's like CH, right?
Ja, ja, ja.
And then in Hindi, it would be like this. Let me try one more time.
Ja, ja, ja.
Okay. And then the next is,
Cha, cha, cha.
so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this is,
Cha, cha, cha.
so this would be C, H, H, A, something like that, right?
Cha,
And then in Hindi, it would be, or in Sanskrit, it would be this letter,
cha, cha, cha.
right? Let me try one more time. Something like this.
Cha, cha, cha.
Okay, then the next is,
Cha, cha, cha.
so it's step 1, 2, and 3, right?
Cha, cha, cha.
So this would be like J, H, right? Cha. And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, this would be same as this letter right here,
Cha, cha, cha.
right? Let me try one more time. Okay, one more time.
Cha, cha, cha.
Okay, and the next is nya, right? So it's like this, and then from here you can go like this.
Nya, nya, nya.
So this would be same as N, Y, right?
Nya,
Like mañana. Okay, so let me try it one more time. Right, and then from here you can go like this.
nya.
And in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it looks like this. Right? Let me try one more time.
Nya.
Okay. Then the next letter is
Da, da, da.
da, right?
Da, da, da.
So this is the closest in English is TA, but actually this is not da, but rather ta, ta. and
Ta.
and then in Hindi it looks just like ta, but the other way around. So this is in Tibetan, right? So this is in Hindi or in Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit or in Hindi, it looks like. Oops, let me try again. That's what this looks like. And then the next is
Ta, ta, ta.
right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So this is.
Ta, ta, ta.
So this is same as th. Right. Like thalamus. Right.
Ta, ta, ta.
And then in Sanskrit or in Hindi, it looks like this.
Ta, ta, ta.
And then the next is.
Ta, ta, ta.
So this is like dh.
Ta, ta, ta.
Ta, right? So in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it's something like this.
Na.
Oops. I should have gone back. So this is ta. So that's ta,
Ta, ta, ta.
like dh. And then in Sanskrit or in Hindi, it's
Ta, ta, ta.
okay. And then the next is na, right? So right there. So this is.
Na, na, na.
And then in Hindi, so that's in Hindi, or it's like this in Sanskrit.
Na, na, na.
So this is N-A, right?
Na, na, na.
And then this is,
Ba, ba, ba.
and all the steps are at the top. So that's,
Ba, ba, ba.
so that's like P-A, right? And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it's this one. Let me try it one more time. This one.
Ba, ba, ba.
And then the next is
Pa, pa, pa.
pa, right? So that's pa, and this is like P-H-A, right? Pa.
Pa, pa, pa.
And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it looks like this.
Pa, pa, pa.
And then the next is
Pa, pa, pa.
right there. So this is pretty close to B-A, right?
Pa, pa, pa.
And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it looks like this.
Pa, pa, pa.
And then the next is
Ma, ma, ma.
so that's
Ma, ma, ma.
right. So that's same as M-A, right? And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it's
Ma, ma, ma.
okay. And then the next is
Za, za, za.
step 1. So this is j, but when you add this stroke, then it becomes.
Za, za, za.
So this is like TS, right?
Za.
And then so now za, ta, and za in Sanskrit or in Hindi they don't have it. So za, ta, za is not there. Okay. Then next is
Ta, ta, ta.
that's. So this is cha, but when you add this, it becomes.
Ta, ta, ta.
So that's like TSAH.
Ta, ta, ta.
And then the next is.
Za, za, za.
So that's like. So this is cha, but when you add this, it becomes za, right? ZA or DZA.
Za, za, za.
And this
Wa,
is
wa, wa.
wa. So that's wa, right?
wa, wa, wa,
So that's could be like either WA or VA, right?
wa,
Like Washington. And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, you could use this. So this is wa. But if you add this, then it becomes ba. But without it, that's wa, right? Okay, next is sha. And sha, right? So this is like Z-H-A, sha. Like when you say measure this, measure that. So that's measure. When you say year, that's what this sounds like. And there is no sha, sa, ha in Hindi or in Sanskrit. So sha, it's like that, and then sa, right? Sa, right? So again, this is kind of like ZA, kind of like when you say Zambia, not Zambia, but rather Zambia, za. And then the next is when you say how, H-O-W, how. If you get rid of the ha and the o, you're left with ah. So this is
ha, ha, ha,
so I've seen it like this, or sometimes people write ah.
ha, ha, ha,
And then the next is
ya, ya, ya,
so this is pretty easy, right? And this is same as YA, right?
ya, ya, ya,
And then in Hindi it's, or in Sanskrit, it's this guy right here.
ya, ya, ya,
And then the next is Ra. So this is,
ra, ra, ra,
so this is same as RA, right? And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it looks like this.
ra,
So it looks like,
ra,
remember when we were writing ka, the second letter in Hindi or in Sanskrit, this is the letter, right? So if you get rid of this guy right here, this is what's left, right? So this piece is same as Ra, right? So this is Ra, but if you add this, then it becomes ka. Okay, then La. So you trace it right here. So that's same as L-A, La, right?
la, la, la,
And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it looks like this. Let me try it one more time. La.
la,
And then this is Sha, right? Same as SH. And then in Hindi, this is what you would find. Let me try one more time.
sha, sha, sha,
Okay. And then the next is,
sa, sa, sa,
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this is same as SA, right? Sa, sa, sa. And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, this is sa.
sa, sa, sa,
Now the 29th letter, and this is,
ha, ha, ha,
so it's same as HA, right? And then in Hindi, it looks like this.
ha, ha, ha,
So let me try it one more time. It looks something like this.
ha, ha, ha,
And then the last letter.
ah, ah, ah,
And this is same as A, right? Ah, ah, ah. And then in Hindi or in Sanskrit, this is considered a vowel. And generally, one of this you might find it something like this, ah, ah. So that's what you might find it like.
ah, ah, ah.
And I think that's the end of the 30 letters. Now if you go back to the home button, there's a quiz at the top, so you can click, you can press the quiz button, and it's going to ask you see right here it says quiz and then 1 of 30, so that's the first question. No attempt, so that's 0 right now. So, and then you have 4 options and you're going to select whichever you want. So I want you guys to select and then after that I'll select and let's see if you get it right. So this should be the letter. I'm assuming you have already selected, so this should be the letter. I mean, the correct answer is D, right? Pa, right? And okay, now I'm gonna try it. So this should be ta, which is B, right? And I'm assuming you have already tried. And this is A, right? And this is pa, which is B, right? And this is sha, which is C, right? And this is pa, which is C, right? And this is za, which is B, right? And this is nya, which is D, right? And this is ha, right, which is B. And then this is ta, which is D. And this is D, right? Cha. And this is D again, because this is ma, right? And this is nga, right? So it should be A. And this is cha, and it should be A. And this is ta, and again it should be A. And this is ka, so it should be B. And this is ka, it should be A. And this is cha, should be C, right? And this is la, should be C. And this is sa. And this is ya. And this is wa. And this is the last letter. And this is the first letter, ka. And then this is sha. And this is ra. And this is ta. And this is za. And this is C, right? Na. Okay. So now this is the last one. So I'm gonna answer it incorrectly so that you'll see what it looks like when you get the wrong answer. So this should be D, right? Sa. But I'm gonna say this is C. So now I get the red X, right? So that means I got it incorrect. And as soon as it's done, it says finish. Your score is 29 out of 30. So try to see if you can get 30 out of 30 and then move forward. So I'll say okay for now. And then you can press the quiz again and you can try it again. So this application is called Tibetan Alphabet, right? And you can download this app. It's a free application, and then it literally cannot get easier than this. So basically you press the first one, see how it's pronounced, right? You press it down here, see how it's pronounced. If you need to erase it, you click here. If you need to go back to the home button, you click here, and then it shows all the steps: step 1, step 2, and then step 3, step 4, right? And then if you want to go to the next one, you press here. If you want to go back, so it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Should be pretty easy here. So I think that's about it for this video, and until the next video, whenever possible, try to help others. If not, at least refrain from harming others. Thanks a lot. And then in the next video, I'll do some other applications on the iPad. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.